Hi everybody, it's Pastor Lillier from St. Andrew. For my devotion tonight, I want to do a recap. TJ Helgren, our high school ministry person, invited me last night to Wednesday night youth group. They meet here every Wednesday night to do Bible study, to have fun. It's a great time for those in high school. It was basically Stump the Pastor. They were asking questions of me. They gave a list of about 30 questions, and they were great questions, and I tried as best I could to get through every one of them, because if you ask a question, you should receive an answer. And so I sped through them best as I could. Some were duplicitous, so we had some time at the end, and I asked them if they had any questions. And sometimes what happens is when you hear a question asked and then you hear an answer, it kind of gives birth or unearths another question, and maybe you want a nuance or you have an addendum to something that was done before. And there were about 5 or 6 questions that they peppered me with at the end that were just phenomenal. And the one I want to highlight is that someone asked, a young person asked, so how can I keep my communication with God vibrant and alive? And I thought, what a great question. I mean, from that person came this yearning to want to be alive with Christ and to have this great communicative relationship. And I thought, that person's mom and dad is really happy. And so I thought about what to say. And frankly, I kind of like my answer. I mean, sometimes when you have an answer to a question, you're kind of like, well, I hope that's applicable. I hope it's theologically correct, but it wasn't that exciting. It was just kind of standardized. And sometimes you have an answer and you're thinking, I like. And I think I like it because it's helpful for me as well. I think it's applicable. I hope you like it as well. So how can I keep my communication process alive and vital and connected to God? And the answer I gave, in part, was, well, pray. You're thinking, well, that's not noteworthy, Lilliard. I mean, give us something new and creative. But also because I was talking to a bunch of high school kids, and my wife and I have one of those now, but I've also raised a couple high school kids, and now they're in college, that I wanted to impress upon them that prayer was given, of course, to us by God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, so we could talk to them and ask for things that we need. But primarily, I think prayer is about being otherly minded. That it makes God smile the most. It makes God the happiest when one child prays for another child. I mean, if you have 4 kids and you see one of your children do something very selfless and loving for another child, Mama and Daddy are happy, because they're not only taking care of their own needs and satiating themselves, perhaps, they're saying, hey, I know you'd really like this, and you're just happy, 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 happy. And so I encourage people to pray for other people, because not only does it make us feel good about the fact that we're thinking about somebody else, but when we meet that somebody else in life and we come upon him or her, we realize, I've been praying for you. And if you know this person well enough, you can say, you know what, I've been praying for you. And even if that person doesn't roll that much in Christianity, that person's not going to say, well, I wish you wouldn't. I mean, really? Seriously? I'm offended. No, they're going to say, really? Thank you. And then when you see them again, you can check in. And my point is that we're friends with people with whom we're in the same sport or concert choir or band or drama or robotics or whatever we like to do. We're friends with those people, but when you pray, you're galvanized. There's something that is sticky about that. There's something that galvanizes. There's some holy bond. So pray for people and then check in and say, how's it going? Can I keep on praying? And then one more thing that I said is that we should communicate with God and Jesus like we do our best friend, like we do our spouse, like we do our parents, like we do our dog, that we just talk. The pastors here, I think all of them write great prayers, but we usually write them. We sit at a computer, or old school, we write it out, and we think about every word, because we want to make sure it's applicable. We want to make sure we don't miss any monumentous kind of things, and pray for the people who want to be prayed for, and we want to make sure it's all worded correctly and holy. But when you pray to God, you can just say, how's it going? I mean, thanks for the day. Thanks for being with me. And I'm going into a meeting that's a little strenuous, but thank you for being with me. And then at the end, you can say, thanks for hanging with me and thanks for bringing me safely through that. And I really appreciate it. And so it's just conversational. Thank you. Talk to you later. Doesn't have to be folded hands, it can be. You don't have to use words like supplication. You don't have to do all that stuff. I think you're awesome. I really need you. And thank you so much, and I love you. So, this week, remember to pray. Talk. Pray for things for yourself, but also pray for people you know and don't know. And then ask, how's it going? And then continue to pray. And then when you talk to Jesus and God, just be yourself. Keep on praying for yourself, for others, for the world. Take care and God bless.